Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to the Thescottshow wake-up call. We're only running 10 minutes late, so we're okay. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the computer that is used to make this wonderful, amazing, and very humble podcast. Very humble podcast. All right, so it's only 2 days. There's only 2 days on the checkiday.com site today. So it's National Bird Day, and it's National Whipped Cream Day. It's National Whipped Cream Day. I thought that was every day. I really did. I had some of my tea and, trying to get inundated to the day-to-day. It's colder than cold outside. In fact, let's find out how cold it is. Okay, Google, what's the temperature?
The temperature in Duluth right now is minus 12.
It's only minus 12, folks. Now let's check a little bit into whatever's going on, okay? Let's do a little fact-checking. Hey, Google, what's the temperature in Antarctica?
Here's a summary from the website n.wikipedia.org. On the coast, Antarctic
Okay,
average
Google, stop.
temperatures are...
Okay, so Google is not going to give me a great idea of that. So let's figure out something cold. Anchorage, Alaska is pretty cold. How about let's try that? Okay, Google, what is the temperature in Anchorage, Alaska?
The current temperature in Anchorage is 18 degrees.
It's 18 degrees. It's in Anchorage, Alaska, and minus 12 in Duluth, Minnesota. Dear Lord. Okay, well, there you go. So everybody enjoy the heat wave in Alaska while it lasts. All right, we're going to go to our thumbs up and our thumbs down for a little while here. First thumbs up for the day, caffeine. Gotta love caffeine. I love my morning tea or my morning coffee, whatever I do. I have a Keurig machine, and I get the hot water. I put the tea in there. I make it up. I like that. But, you could do coffee, apple cider, hot chocolate, whatever keeping you warm at night. And in the morning, because that's what I do. Thumbs down today goes to the cold, because it's cold. By the way, did anybody tell you it's cold? So, because it's cold, iguanas in Florida are freezing, and they're not dying, but they're just falling off the trees. They will live. They do have the whatever it takes to live. They're not freezing. But they will survive, so leave them alone if you're in Florida and you see an iguana. And you're like, oh, it's dead. No, it's not. It's just resting. It's just resting. So there you go. Thumbs up to all the people who are working on that issue, trying to save the iguanas. Big thumbs up for you guys. Thumbs up for email, because I love getting good email, and we're going to send out some great email here at the 102550/Scott Show. We got Constant Contact, and if you guys want to set up your email on Constant Contact, give us a heads up. We will hook you guys up with our Constant Contact, and we'll make it happen. That's what we do here on the Scott Show podcast. Thumbs down to Coachella. Coachella is a music festival. The tickets are incredibly overpriced. $400 to start, and that means that you'll be back. You could watch it from Duluth, where it's minus 18 freaking degrees outside. And, it only goes up from there as much as it is. I have not looked at the festival grounds myself, but I'm sure there's different tiers of how much tickets are for Coachella. It's going to be kind of a crazy deal this year because it is in California. California has now said yes to pot. So it's going to be very different, Coachella this year. It is headlined by a few people that actually have talent, and then Beyonce, who has no talent at all. So thumbs down to Coachella for being too high priced, for not bringing good acts out there, and for overall suckage that music today is and that you want to promote. So, a big thumbs down for Coachella. Thumbs up for new senators. We have 2 new senators, Doug Jones and Tina Smith. I say that because Tina Smith will be live here right in Duluth. Not on the Scott Show, but we couldn't fix that up yet. One day, who knows? We might get a senator on this show. We've done really cool things in the past, including we've had Joel Heller, director of the DFL, state director in the DFL here in Minnesota. We had him on before, so that was awesome. We'll have to do that again very soon. And thumbs down to pot politics. And the way I bring this up is this. I've always been under the assumption that, first of all, I do not like pot. I do not smoke it. I don't really care for it. However, in saying that, if you're going to legalize pot, you tax the hell out of it. I think that California is not taxing it enough. If you guys are smoking pot in California right now, and you paid $13, you should have paid $20. Legalizing marijuana only works if you tax the crap out of it. That's the way it needs to go. And I'm not thinking about this as a thing. Yes, I want pot to be legal because I don't care. I really don't. I don't care. So anybody who wants to sign me up for the hey, Scott loves pot society, listen to me very carefully. I do not care how much it is. Okay? If it's $3 for a joint or what, I don't know. If you're buying it at a store that the government is being able to tax, it should be a $10 tax on that. Or, whatever. You want to do whatever you want to do, you're going to pay the price in order for us to cover your public safety, and then maybe some education, pay for college, pay for health care. Awesome. That's what we're going to do with your pot money. So, there you go. I don't care if it's legal, but if it's legal, the reason I want it legal is because I want to tax the hell out of it. That's all I want to do. I don't want heroin to be legal because that's terrible. I don't want all these other things to be legal because it's terrible. I'm not one of those people either that are trying to push for medications to be out of this world crazy. I think medications should be cheaper. I think that we should have a limit on how much money these pharmaceutical places can make, just like gas companies. You can't go to one gas company or one gas station and get it for $2 and then go down the street and get it for $1 because you found someplace cheaper to deal with. No, there's regulation. That's how you deal with it. There should be regulation when it comes to medicine. And an EpiPen shouldn't cost $600 to stab somebody and save their freaking life. So, there you go. And it makes me sick. So, enough of that. I'm not even sorry because this is the Scott Show. I blow up sometimes and this is how it works. So we're going to give some shout outs now because I can. Because this is the Scott Show Wake Up Call. And you guys should get involved in the Scott Show Wake Up Call. And the way you do is Facebook. We have a Facebook, The Scott Show. We have thescottshow.com. You can find us there. We're everywhere. We are everywhere. You can find us. Alright, so some shout-outs today. I'm going to give a special shout-out to 2 guys who I think are amazing and freaking talented all together. And that's Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho. You guys amazed me at Wrestle Kingdom. And Chris Jericho amazed me at New Year's Dash. So big time shout out to those guys, Kenny and Chris. Thank you for putting on a great show and entertaining us. I want to give a shout out to Alana. I'm going to give a shout out to Chris. Apparently they are engaged now, Alana and Chris. Not Chris Jericho, even though I'm sure that he can he's a rock star, whatever works. But Alana and Chris, who I got to work with, they are engaged. And I don't know which one to congratulate and which one to say I'm sorry to, but I can kind of guess. Eric and Christy, I'm going to give you guys a shout out too, in Ashland, Wisconsin. It was great friends of mine. I also want to give a shout out to Kate, and I want to give a shout out to Nathan. Amazing people sometimes get shout outs here. Amazing people always get shout outs here, because I just know amazing people. That's what it is. NFL picks are going to happen today. Not a lot to talk about with that. There's 4 games on the docket this weekend, but they're all playoff games, so we're going to look into those games a little bit more intensely as we do. TCW Fantasy Wrestling happened last night. North American Women's Championship match, Falls Count Anywhere, ended in the men's bathroom, so listen to it. It was a great show. And, of course, New Year's Dash did happen. New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'll be doing some insight on New Japan when it comes to their show later this month in Sapporo, Japan. I'm sure that they'll have a really awesome deal as they got Jericho and Naito and some really cool stuff. State pick today is Colorado because, hey, pot is legal there too. And I will be running there April 29th. Now, I am still under the assumption I'm going to Syracuse. However, with this cold snap, I'm not sure yet what's going to happen, and there's a few other things that I got to work out. But we will have fun anyway, and I'm glad that I bought the ticket to support the Rescue Mission Alliance. Don't forget to support them. I have my Facebook and my Twitter up and all that other great stuff. And folks, one last thing I want to tell you is all the Valentine's candy is out. And it's awesome. Except for those sweethearts that don't have the mint ones anymore. They taste wrong. So, an extra thumbs down to whoever makes the sweethearts wrong. They're supposed to be mint, damn it. Alright, the white ones. I love those things. Hook me up. Alright, so we are out of time here on the Scott Show Wake Up Call. We normally go 10 to 15 minutes anyway. Don't want to take up too much of your day. You got so many other podcasts to listen to from thescottshow.com, including This Day in History, which is coming up in just a few minutes. We'll see you guys very soon here on the Scott Show Podcast.